Hi. So I am Ben Kurtz. A little bit about me is that I've been dealing with migraines all my life. I am currently at my local community college doing a transfer program to Virginia Tech because they have a really nice medical research program. They have a med school, but it's very research based. And I knew I always wanted to do something in the research field, but living with migraines, it really focused me. And I'm proud to say Virginia Tech because back when I was about 13, I was going to a neurologist around my first diagnosis of migraines. And um, my brother had just got accepted to Virginia Tech, and I was so excited because he's my role model. He's my best friend. I love him dearly. And I told my neurologist, I said, my brother just got accepted to Virginia Tech, and it's something that I would like to do eventually. And she said, "Well, I think you need to be more realistic, um, p- with your absences in school and stuff because of your migraines. A school like Virginia Tech is probably not going to accept you." And 13-year-old me was quite crushed. Um, I kind of was just, I didn't know what to do. I was very lost. And thank goodness I had my mom as an advocate because the timing was incredible. There was a college fair that weekend um and so my mom was like, "Let's go." I'm like, "Well, my brother doesn't need to go because he's found Virginia Tech. I don't need to go. Don't need to worry about that right now. I'm not even in high school." And she said, "I think we need to go." So we went. I saw Wake Forest, I saw UNC, and my mom was always kind of like leading me away. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. And then we found the Virginia Tech table, and I got to talk with a representative of Virginia Tech. And I said, you know, I had this person say this to me, and I really would love to go to Virginia Tech. And they said, "Well, why can't you?" And I said, "Well, my neurologist said that you probably won't accept me because I have missed a lot." And that's true. I have missed a lot of school. I said, "Well, if you put that in your file, you'll explain, we'll see you. We won't see your absences like that." And to have that kind of a person like that tell me that was really influential. Um, you know, the whole be realistic, it really affected me because another example was I had a doctor that back when I didn't know I had a headache, I thought everyone felt like this. I was going for gastroenterology. And my doctor, I said, um, he was asking how I was, and I said that I'm feeling good, but it wasn't there where I wanted to be yet. My example was I just missed a 4th of July picnic at my family's house. And he said, "Well, I think you need to work on your stress." And I said, and we implemented stress. And I said, "But what about the picnic?" Because, well, happiness is a form of stress. And that really kind of demoralized me. But with the stress coping mechanisms, I realized that it wasn't that I was happy, it was that I just needed to focus on the other stressors in my life. And it really led me down a good path, a path that led me in high school. I went via robot for 2 years. Basically, it was like this: I had a webcam and everything, and I would drive the robot through my high school, and it would go to class for me. But because I had such debilitating migraines, was at home. And another case of advocacy was because of the way the Vigo was set up, I could only take 2 classes and then a class online in the summertime. And so I sat down with my guidance counselor, and she told me that my best option was to just drop out and get my GED or go to a school that might be more accommodating. And that was really tough for me because I'm like, I mean, that's okay. Like, a lot of people can drop out and get your GED, but I was never thinking that way. So another case of advocacy, my mom was like, "This is not okay. Like, there has to be something." And we found this school called Performance Learning Center that was online but had teachers in a classroom. So if I missed a day, um, I could go on my computer at home and still be in class and work on my class work. So it got me caught up. I graduated on time, but despite 2 years taking 2 classes, and it really, having those advocates in my corner, it made all the difference. And then I met Dr. Strauss, who after hearing neurologists say that there wasn't a lot of options for me, Dr. Strauss goes, that's not true. And we tried Botox like Lauren, and it's working very well. Tried a lot of different things. We're trying different meds, and a lot of things I had no idea were an option to me because I thought that it was just something I was going to have to learn to live with because that's what doctors were telling me. So I would say for advocacy, find a doctor like Dr. Strauss that is really on your side. Um, do things like the college fair. Or when the happiness was a stress, de-stressors. I love cooking and baking. So I cook a lot and I bake a lot and it helps me. Thing like PLC, an alternative that worked great for me. Or like I'm going to community college right now just to see how college and migraines for me interact. And um, that's my life story and I'm really proud of it.
Ben, you are fantastic. What a great young man. Despite you have lived a lot of stigma situations that we hear about all the time, and kudos to having such a good advocate in your mother. Right, moms are great.
Yes.
And pulling you along when maybe you didn't want to do something in so many ways. And also kudos to Vatek. I agree with you. The fact that you and your mom had the courage to, approach. You could have gotten a rep that said the same thing. You could have gotten a rep that said, nope, it's never going to work. But instead you had someone that has really been instrumental to continue to, you have such a sense of drive that when you get some reinforcement, you can tell that you're going to be successful because
Thank you.
you take you take bad things and make them into positive things, and positive things you take a little morsel and hang on to it. So let me ask you now with the community college. So are you going in person?
Right now it's all online.
Oh, okay. So
yes,
in that case.
But last year it was my first year and I did take all in-person classes and it's going great. It's going really good.
Okay, good. I also kudos, obviously, from the first time I met Dr. Wells and Dr. Strauss and then later Dr. Kumar, I knew what special people they were and special doctors. And you're so right. We have so many people in part of our community that don't have that situation. And so to hear that there are people out there, all these three doctors take a holistic approach and never give up, know that there's lots and lots of options. So I'm really thankful for them and really glad that it's worked for you. But so interesting, just an interesting journey. And you're such a young man, you have so much ahead of you, but you've already accomplished so much. So again, I applaud you. And I would ask, I'm hoping that I'll reach out to you separately because I would love to get you more involved in Miles for Migraine if it's something that you can fit into your world and in some piece.
Yes, I would definitely do that because before programs like this and treatments funded through money coming from this, my life path was very narrow because I didn't have high expectations. I was told, be realistic, don't have great expectations like Virginia Tech or something. And after, trying Botox, talking with Dr. Strauss and new medications and advocacy, it really, I feel unstoppable.
That's great. That's fantastic. That's just what we want to share with our community because, as I say, so many people have the common story that you do, but maybe not the common will and passion to turn it around. Both Meredith and Lauren experienced the same thing. And I think especially for those people who are diagnosed young, to hear that they've got to change their whole life and, put themselves in a box, like in a cubbyhole, you won't be able to do these things, must be super discouraging. So
it was
very, very good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
On that end, is there any